sure most of us believe, or at least would like to believe, that we're good people. I know myself, I have always felt like I've been a good person. However, looking now at my past and just everything I've done, the people that have reacted to things, certain things I've done, just the way my life is even situated now, I've realized I'm actually not, or have not been, as good as a person as I thought. Now, the first step is realization. At least that's what they say in the TikToks. But after that, it's up to you. And from what I've observed from a lot of people don't take the next step to try and really better themselves and become a good person. And this is me speaking from my experiences. Look at the way those are treated at my school, treated in the workplaces, etc. The way people talk and judge about others. Most people in general are not good. And this is not me sitting from my high horse thinking I'm some sort of gift from God. Well, I might be, but this is me not speaking from that perspective. But this is me just looking from an outside perspective and just witnessing how everything has happened. This is me throughout my growth and my gaining of empathy, realizing that a lot of people make a lot of people's lives harder. However, again, like I said, throughout most of my life, I haven't been a good person. And while I do feel as if I am now, certainly developing to be that great person, it's sort of this sort of came about from me getting humbled myself. Like I mentioned previously, throughout my earlier years, there was a lot of stuff that I used to say, for example, jokes I used to make, stuff like that, and it just came with no empathy. I would say whatever, do whatever, and the consequences my actions had on others, I had no regard for. However, high school sort of changed that to me. I made a couple vids on my high school experience. Basically, I felt isolated. I felt like the biggest loser, and I know biggest loser sounds crazy to say, but if you're a person who has no friends, if you're a person who has no one to rely on, I bet the school threats in your school have more friends than you. If you're a person with no friends, even some of the weirdest people you can imagine. I know this may seem hard for you to believe, but they're in a better spot than you if you truly have no friends like I have had. However, that's besides the point. It took me being in the situation I'm in now to truly relate and understand and empathize with others. Again, I used to basically, people, because of my, I guess, loner status, have tried to make me a target of being a target to pick on, even though I've been minding my business. People have tried to just go out their way to try and make my day more miserable, and I would just simply wonder why. I don't try and bother them, so why are they trying to bother me? I don't invade their spaces, so why do they try and invade mine? I don't speak to them, so why do they speak to me? And me seeing the way that I'm treated and seeing the way that people deal with me simply for not wanting to speak, for being isolated and stuff like that, it made me I can't speak. Empathize a lot with others who are just different. That kid, I know I mentioned the school threats earlier, but they're not that different from you. They just have their own personal interests, and you may view that as weird or quirky, the way that they perceive life and the way that they go about things. But in reality, that's their way of just living life. The people that we perceive as so cool, or not we, because honestly, I think a lot of the people that in my school, or at least seem cool, again, I go to a PWI, a lot of them are lame. Like, I'm just being real. A lot of them are lame. If they leave our all boys private PWI, then trust me, they're about to get humbled. Not that I'm wishing that on them. I wish nothing but the best for everyone that I meet. I don't wish anything bad on anybody, but I'm looking at reality. But that's besides the point. I'm not trying to sound bitter. Besides the point, again, a lot of the people that we perceive as cool, what gives them that status? What makes them so cool, etc.? It's just simply that they conform with the standards of society. That makes them cool. The fact that they're trend followers and they don't try and waver and develop their own personal sense of identity. That's what makes them cool. That's what makes them special. That's what we gravitate towards. I don't know. That's just me. But this video is about being a good person. And I do think that me being humble, me having, I don't know, receiving a loser type of treatment has helped me emphasize with those type of people that we view as losers. Because I know 100% I'm not a loser. I think I'm better than half the people I go to school with. Better is relative, by the way. I'm not saying like I'm some sort of god. I'm not egotistical. Maybe a little bit. I'm not a narcissist. That's not what I'm trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to convey. But I know I'm not a loser. So for one to put me in that category and try and treat and demean me because of the way that I'm viewed based on their societal programming, that's sort of disrespectful. And it would be disrespectful not only to myself, but to the other people I would interact with if I were to do the same. If I were to see someone have an interest like art, someone have an interest like anime, and try and demean them for that being their own personal interest, something that's not considered traditionally cool or whatever, that would just be stupid of me. I don't know. This is a quicker video. I'm just sort of conveying how I feel. Let me know in the comments what you think. Hey man, this has been Navexis. More videos on the way. I'm out.